I distinctly recall thinking my breathlessness was simply exhaustion, a sign of slowing down. But the truth was far simpler, yet more profound. I fundamentally didn't know the right way to breathe. Do you awaken feeling a heavy weight in your body despite hours of sleep? Does even a simple task, like walking across the room, sometimes feel like a monumental effort? Is your mind perpetually clouded in fog, your heart fluttering erratically? You desperately try to draw a satisfying breath, but it feels shallow, incomplete, leaving you anxious. It's a frightening sensation, isn't it? And tragically, it's the daily reality for nearly half of all adults over 50. The most insidious part? We normalize it, resigning ourselves to it as an unavoidable consequence of aging. But what if this decline isn't inevitable? What if you hold right now an astonishingly simple yet incredibly potent tool for revitalization? My own turning point came upon learning about John Smith. This remarkable scientist didn't just endure a crippling illness, he actively reversed its course, relying solely on the inherent power of his own breath. Imagine that. No pharmaceuticals, no invasive procedures, just deliberate, conscious, deep, and fundamentally simple breathing. His core message resonates with power. As long as you are breathing correctly, you are truly living. Almost everything else, he insisted, can be restored. Picture the profound despair, confined to a bed for 3 long, grueling years. Not mere days or weeks, but years filled with constant pain, gnawing fear, and the terrifying sensation of a body utterly unresponsive. Doctors offered grim prognoses, yet John Smith refused to surrender. He embarked on a relentless quest, reading, researching, comparing ancient wisdom and modern science, until a fundamental truth dawned: everything originates with the breath. He started humbly with just one deliberate inhale, one conscious exhale, not forcing but trusting his body's innate wisdom. The results were astonishing. Within a single month he could sit upright. Within 2 he was standing. And after just 6 months of dedicated practice, he experienced the simple joy of running again. Empowered by his recovery, he felt compelled to share his discovery, realizing a crucial insight. We don't merely age physically, we often tragically forget the essential skill of how to breathe for optimal vitality. His quest for understanding led him on a global expedition, meticulously studying longevity practices from venerable yogis to resilient Tibetan monks. The unifying element he consistently found across cultures and traditions: the profound impact of deep, slow, deliberate, truly conscious breathing. John Smith's journey is far more than a tale of miraculous recovery. It's a powerful testament to choice. We can either passively lose ourselves with each shallow exhale or actively reclaim our vitality, breath by conscious breath. Let's consider the experience of television personality David Miller. He faced a daunting major surgery, anticipating a long, painful recovery. Then, a pivotal encounter with John Smith brought a single, transformative piece of advice: breathe deeply, with mindful understanding. The outcome? Just 1 month later, Miller was walking freely, cane discarded. Why such a dramatic shift? Breathing holds a unique position. It's an automatic bodily function, yet it's the only vital one we can consciously control and regulate. Practicing proper breathing techniques actively normalizes blood pressure, significantly lowers damaging stress hormones, strengthens the cardiovascular system, optimizes metabolism, and even aids the body's natural detoxification processes. Unfortunately, the majority of us breathe incorrectly, taking shallow, rapid, erratic gasps primarily in the upper chest. This pattern constantly sends alarm signals throughout the body, promoting a state of chronic stress. As John Smith powerfully stated, every hurried, shallow breath literally steals precious days from your life, while every single conscious, deep breath actively adds valuable years. However, even with the best intentions, an invisible adversary lurks within our own homes: polluted indoor air. Particularly in urban settings, the air we breathe is often laden with harmful volatile organic compounds, or VOCs, emanating from furniture, synthetic materials, plastics, and household chemicals. Combine this with outdoor pollutants like exhaust fumes, dust, and general stuffiness, and you begin to grasp the challenge. We believe we are breathing, but as Smith noted, we might actually be inhaling stagnant fatigue. Consider the man who worked from home, windows sealed against the winter cold. He suffered relentless fatigue, persistent headaches, and chronic insomnia. A simple decision to spend 1 week immersed in a forest environment brought astonishing results. mental clarity returned, physical vigor surged. The takeaway? Prioritize ventilation. Make it a habit to open windows frequently. Even these seemingly small actions yield enormous benefits for your respiratory health and overall well-being. Based on his extensive research and personal experience, John Smith distilled his findings into a system of specific breathing techniques. Initially, many were skeptical. How can just 5 minutes of breathing possibly make a real difference? They wondered. But then, they tried it, and they understood. This wasn't merely about inhaling and exhaling, it was about consciously activating the body's innate healing intelligence and life force from within. Let's briefly explore these 6 foundational exercises, each a key to unlocking a different aspect of well-being. Technique number 1 is complete breathing. This foundational practice teaches you to utilize your full lung capacity, breathing deeply and evenly from the abdomen right up to the collarbones. It fosters an immediate sense of grounding and presence. Technique 2, overcoming breathing. This method focuses on coordinating breath with gentle movements involving the neck and diaphragm, effectively releasing physical tension and calming the nervous system, particularly helpful for anxiety. Technique 3, the cooling breath, Sitali pranayama. By inhaling through a curled tongue, you introduce a cooling sensation which can help soothe internal heat, alleviate headaches, and potentially lower blood pressure. Technique 4 is cleansing breath, Nadi Shodhana. This practice involves alternating which nostril you breathe through, effectively balancing the left and right hemispheres of the brain, clearing the sinuses, and enhancing mental focus. Technique 5 involves sharp exhalations. These are short, powerful bursts of breath like hitting an internal reset button designed to quickly energize the body and dispel lethargy. Technique 6 is frequent abdominal breathing. This dynamic practice rapidly oxygenates the blood, fully engages the diaphragm, and imparts an immediate sense of alertness and tone. Remarkably, each exercise typically requires only about 1 minute, yet the cumulative effect often feels as restorative as a lengthy period of deep rest. However, even the most potent techniques are ineffective if undermined by limiting beliefs. Let's address 3 common destructive myths. Myth number 1. I'm already breathing just fine. The reality? Most people default to shallow, rapid, upper chest breathing, the pattern associated with stress and survival mode. True, restorative breathing is deep, calm, and originates from the diaphragm. Myth number 2. Deep breathing means holding your breath as long as possible. This is a dangerous misconception. Forceful breath holding in an unprepared body can induce dizziness, elevate blood pressure, and even trigger panic. Smith always stressed a gentle, rhythmic quality like the ebb and flow of nature. Myth number 3. I'm too old to start this. Absolutely untrue. Consider the woman who began these practices diligently at age 72. Within just 2 months, her chronic high blood pressure stabilized, her disruptive nighttime anxiety vanished, and she reported experiencing true inner peace for the first time in years. Your body possesses an incredible capacity to respond and heal at any age. The only question is, will you begin? So how do you take that first step? It's beautifully simple. Begin with just 1 single minute dedicated to the complete breathing exercise we mentioned earlier. This isn't strenuous exercise, it's a gentle invitation back to yourself. Find a comfortable seated position, allowing your spine to lengthen naturally. Gently exhale completely through your nose, feeling your lungs empty. Then allow a smooth, unhurried inhale to flow in, starting low in the belly, expanding through the ribs, and finally reaching the upper chest. Exhale just as slowly and gently. No strain, no force, just the simple rhythm of your breath, connecting you to the present moment. The ideal times? First thing in the morning to set a calm tone, or last thing at night to release the day's tensions. Think of it as a mini ritual. As one woman shared after incorporating just 3 minutes each evening, for the very first time in decades I fell asleep naturally, without medication, without the usual racing thoughts. I simply breathed out the day and slept. Perhaps the greatest tragedy is only truly appreciating the gift of breath when it becomes difficult or compromised. Please don't wait for that crisis. Offer your body the profound support of conscious breathing now, while it possesses the full capacity to respond and regenerate. What I want to emphasize, perhaps the most crucial point of all, is that this goes far beyond mere technique. This is about embracing life itself, and life, in its most fundamental sense, begins and ends with breath. We arrive in this world with an inhale, we depart with a final exhale. The entire tapestry of our existence unfolds between these 2 points, and the quality of how we breathe, day in and day out, profoundly determines the quality of that existence. Will it be defined by exhaustion or by vitality, clouded by anxiety or illuminated by clarity, tragically cut short or lived long and fully? John Smith's life stands as powerful proof breathing can be potent medicine. It kickstarts the body's innate recovery mechanisms without harsh interventions. It costs nothing but your mindful attention. Every single inhale represents a fresh chance, a new beginning. Every exhale offers an opportunity to release accumulated tension, fear, and pain. While we cannot control every external circumstance, we absolutely can learn to control our breath. And through that simple act of control, we unlock the power to reclaim our energy, our mental clarity, our physical health, and our precious inner peace. If this message has touched something within you, please share the word life in the comments below. We invite you to subscribe to our Seniors Community channel, where we regularly share simple yet profoundly valuable knowledge for health and well-being. Please support our mission to spread this vital information. Remember to cherish and care for yourself, not someday, but starting right now. Breathe well, live well. We look forward to seeing you in the next video.